This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
Chapter 1. Maybe he's right. Maybe there is something the matter with me. Oh, why can't I get this? Sorry. I shook my head in frustration and took off my headphones. It's okay, Jodi. You're doing great. I looked over at the control room, smiled, and mouthed, "Thank you," to John Musker, one of our brilliant directors. Enshrouded in shadows, he was flanked on the left by our other director, the equally gifted Ron Clements. God bless those guys. It had been a long, frustrating afternoon. We had already recorded multiple passes of Part of Your World, and I still hadn't nailed it. It seemed everything I did was too big, too loud, or my personal favorite, too Ethel Mermaid. In other words, too Broadway. I felt terrible, but I just couldn't help it. Up until now, my entire career had been Broadway and stage work, 8 shows a week. Belting my heart out in front of 1,500 people at the Lunt-Fontanne Theater was all I knew. I'd never worked behind a studio mic before, and 4 hours and almost a dozen passes in, it showed. Fortunately, John and Ron had been incredibly patient and supportive. Add in our composer, Alan Menken, and lead animator, Glenn Keane, and I couldn't have asked for a better creative team. Each one of them truly was second to none. Well, maybe second to one. The one being the man standing just off to my left. The one staring at my sheet music with laser-like intensity. The captain of Team Ariel, Howard Ashman. Howard was, in a word, brilliant, and his lyrics were absolutely amazing. The first time I heard him sing Part of Your World on a demo tape, it brought tears to my eyes. Under the Sea is simply phenomenal, and I would have given anything to have been a background singer on Kiss the Girl, maybe one of the frogs or a turtle, just to be a part of it. The harmonies, the rhythm, everything about that song is just incredible. The man was a genius. This movie was his heart and soul, and frankly, I felt like I was letting him down. I looked over at Howard and, in an apologetic tone that had pretty much been my go-to since lunch, asked, "Am I still a little too loud?" "No," he assured me, his eyes never leaving his lyrics. "You're great." "It just doesn't feel like it," I confessed. "No, really," he insisted. "You're doing great. Just..." And he closed his eyes and steepled his fingers together at the end of his nose in his trademark, "Howard's about to have a breakthrough" posture. Poor guy. I could practically hear the gears turning as he tried to come up with some way to keep me from bungling his beautiful lyrics. Because despite everything my wonderfully supportive team was saying, in my mind, I wasn't doing too great. Of course, if anyone could find a way to make this work, it was Howard. He was the ultimate perfectionist, a master of lyrical nuance, and he was always, always right. I trusted him completely. We all did. When he finally opened his eyes and looked at me, I was ready. No matter what he asked, somehow, I was going to make it happen. "Stop singing." Okay, maybe I wasn't ready. "Sorry?" I asked. "Don't sing. Don't perform. Just talk to Flounder, like you're talking to me right now." He said it very matter-of-factly, as though it were the most obvious solution in the world. I just stared at him, blankly. "Your performance is fabulous, by the way," he quickly added. "Well, at least there's that. You're just over-singing it." And then there's that. Don't think of it as a song, he explained. Think of it as a monologue,